Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're checking out the Engwe M20, a fat tire, full suspension electric moped. Come along with us while we check it out. The Engwe M20 here is your prototypical moped-style e-bike. Yeah, it looks like a Super 73 knockoff, mostly because it is a Super 73 knockoff. But it's got a couple of big advantages over the big-name moped-style e-bikes. For one, it's got dual batteries, which is a rare option. And two, it's a full suspension moped at less than the price of a non-suspension Super 73. Now it's nowhere near the same quality, but it's got advantages as well. So let's start with a spec check. This is a Class 3 e-bike, meaning it can theoretically get up to 28 miles per hour, though I mostly saw somewhere in the 25 to 27 mile per hour neighborhood. It gets its power from a 750 watt rear hub motor that has a 1000 watt peak rating, though I will say it does not accelerate nearly as quickly or powerfully as I would have expected from a 1000 watt motor. The batteries are each 48 volt 13 amp hour for 624 watt hour, so with two of them you get a combined over 1.2 kilowatt hours of capacity. You don't have to go with two batteries, you can get the base model for $1,299 that has just one battery. But adding $300 gets you two batteries. You've got to install the second battery yourself, though it's not too bad. With two batteries, they claim nearly 94 miles or 150 kilometers of range. In practice, if you're using throttle a lot instead of level 1 pedal assist, I figure the true range is closer to 20 to 25 miles per battery. And trust me, it's going to be hard to resist using the throttle. For one thing, the pedal assist is super laggy, like to the tune of a couple of seconds of lag. And secondly, the pedaling geometry, it's just not what I'd call, well, ideal. Now, whenever I test out these electric moped style bikes, people always ask me, what do they like to pedal? Does it feel natural? And some electric mopeds are a little nicer to pedal, some are a little less nice. This one is definitely on the less nice end of the spectrum. This is one of those mopeds where you feel like you've got your knees hitting your chest each time you're pedaling, and it's just not a super comfortable position. I'm not even a tall guy. I'm about 5'7" or 170 centimeters, so if you're taller than me, it's gonna feel even more awkward to pedal. Now, it's a fun bike to ride throttle only, so that might not bother you, but if you are someone that likes to pedal your bikes, then this one might not be the right one for you. So yeah, the Engwe M20 is probably going to be used in throttle-only mode by most people, so I'm not too worried about the pedal geometry or the pedal assist lag. To me, the ride is much more important. While it comes with knobby tires, and you could use it like a dual sport bike, I think on-road riding is where the bike is best used. It's fun to corner hard with those big tires, even if they're not exactly street tires. And about that full suspension, it's decent up front, not nearly as good in the rear, but it still makes a difference over hardtail mopeds that tend to launch your rear in the air when you hit a big bump. With suspension like on the M20 here, even if it is lower end stuff, the rear just doesn't catapult you on a speed bump or a curb hop, so the ride is actually fairly good for a budget level bike. There are a few component choices here though that fall somewhere between interesting to odd. On the front end, we've got this kinda weird dual headlight setup. I guess they wanted dual headlights to match the dual batteries and dual suspension. Down lower, we've got little 160mm discs on the mechanical disc brakes. The brakes seem to be fine, they stop just fine, but the smallish rotors seem under-spec'd for me, especially for a bike that's pushing somewhere north of 80 pounds depending on which battery option you choose. And lastly, check out the throttle. It's a full twist, not a half twist like we normally see on e-bikes. We almost never see a full twist, and I assume that's for safety reasons so new riders don't accidentally grab a whole handful of throttle when walking the bike around. I'm used to full throttles on my motorcycles, but then again I guess motorcycle designers expect their riders to be a bit more experienced. The full twist here, it does work fine, it's just an interesting departure from standards. But hey, anything to avoid a thumb throttle is a win in my book. So there we have it, the Engwe is a series of compromises. It's a nice design and it even looks pretty good. The bike may not be a comfortable pedaler, but it does ride well. The dual battery option gives you lots of range, and at just $1,599 for the fully loaded version of the bike, there's some good value here too. This is not the highest quality moped I've ever tested, but it's not bad either. It's a solid middle ground option that could be a decent poor man's Super 73, just without the same design chops or attention to detail. Thanks for watching everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Engwe M20.
If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.